I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, then you go. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching the but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Running like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, then you go. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, then you go. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get up, way up, get up, go. If I touch it, then it's cold.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a first and 10 all the way down at the 35. Opening carry of the game for Cordell Patterson. Tackle by Ashton Davis up from the secondary. The Falcons at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Back to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now back to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, it's only the first quarter. That's a quick shift in momentum right there, because they were driving the football before that interception. And then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we?
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now Hall to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Hall again on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key third down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Arnold Ebiketie able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Yeah, he'll find Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right.
And complete to Drake London. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Striker, 3-3. Trail green. Black shot. Check up.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets 16.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Let's go now.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw here.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Ritter picked, and it's his former Bearcat teammate, Ahmad Gardner, who got it. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They go play action now. Wilson in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This pass out wide to Hall.
Room here to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, you talk about just coming in and completely seizing momentum. They can go up 21-0 here. We haven't even hit halftime.
And the other part of this, you can start to feel the unrest here in the stadium. I think these fans are saying, what hit us? And this isn't about fantasy points. This is about rooting their team on.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set. Ready.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Von Bell.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Now it's Wilson.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Dawson Knox with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Jets are able to add on to their first half lead.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think...
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
He lost 6 there on the first down play. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a 1st down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 75 yards. And the Falcons are able to claw one back. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as they continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
General, west.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Hall again. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard. 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
22 Jet Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And some room to roam now. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Completes this one to Pickens. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
screen 2-18. Ready.
On first down, right back to Hall.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets. He goes 86 yards on the kick return.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
This one into the hands of Pitts.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Here we go, set. Go red. Go on red. Ready?
They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Ritter on target to Pitts for a Falcon 1st down.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. He'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons! From 10 yards out. And the Falcons are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This is Wilson on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. Here's the Jets punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game.
And my goodness, another interception.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
At the Falcons' 25-yard line.
Hall again on second down.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On the counter, it's Hall.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues.
And now here is another interception. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Hall again on second down.
And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Here's Hall again.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th.
And my goodness, another interception.
Ritter picked, and it's his former Bearcat teammate, Ahmad Gardner, who got it. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calm. Trying to add to this lead.
On the ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session.
And now here is another interception.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Carter on the toss right.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
A toss left side for Carter.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready, break.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3rd down, here's Patterson.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll go. It's Patterson.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
Come on, set.
Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Straight ahead is Hall. 122 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Squeeze, get in there.
They'll run with Carter.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they will take a knee here. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. And on fourth down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the fourth, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here's Patterson again.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.